Hi, welcome to this module where I'm going to show you how to create a table. I will be using a simple price list as an example for this module.
In this module, I am going to touch on tables. I'm going to show you how to create tables. So it's basically an introduction to tables that we are focusing on right now. Again, let's start by locating our Microsoft Word. I'm going right straight to my taskbar. Click on blank document, and there I have it again. If you look at your tabs, we have a tab called the Insert. The Insert tab is the one we are going to use to insert our tables. First of all, before you insert your table, you need to determine how many rows do you need in your table and how many columns do you need in your table. That is now depending on the data that you would like to enter in that specific table. So right now, the data that I want to enter is some price list of some items. So I'm going to need 5 columns and 3 rows, just for illustration purposes. So again, you click on your Insert tab. You can see we have a table button right there. You click on the drop down arrow, and then it gives you a drop down menu where you can click from. You can see if I click on the first cell here, it just gives me 1 column and 1 row. So if you go across, that means it's 2 column, 1 row. If you go down, that means it's 2 rows, 2 columns. Okay, so I said I need 5 columns and 3 rows. So there it is. That is one way. Another way is, again, we go back to our insert, click on the drop down arrow, and then we click on insert table. We click on there. It gives us this little options here to fill in. So number of columns, we want 5. So we can use these arrows to go up and down as to how we want it. I want 5 columns. And number of rows, I need 3 rows. So I'm going up there to select my rows, and I click OK. There we have it. So I'm going to fill my tables now with what we need to fill in. So it's item. On your keyboard, you click on the tab. We have a key that is written tab. You click on there to take you to the next column, which is quantity, and then hit tab again, description, hit tab again, unit price, hit tab again, total. And now for us to get to the row that is below, where we need to type next, we can either use our mouse and bring it right to the row or the column that we want to type in, or we can simply use the arrow keys on our keyboard. We have a down arrow that will take the cursor down, or the up arrow that will take the cursor up, or the left arrow that will take the cursor left to the next column, or the right arrow that will take the cursor right to the next column. So I'm going to use my mouse and bring it right under item, so I can start typing what I need to type in there. Book 1. Use my tab key. Quantity is 4. Use my tab key. Description is storybook. I can use my right arrow to go to the next one, or I can use tab, whichever you're comfortable with. Unit price is $100. That gives us a total of $400. Backspace to delete that character, we don't need it. And then I press my down arrow to take me to the below line or cell. I navigate again with my left arrow to take me to the beginning. Here we have book 2. Quantity is 2. The description, this is a Bible. That cost us $250. Gives us a total of $500. We are done with our table and its items. Another way I'm going to show you again to put items into a table. I'm going to write these items down, item, and I'm going to separate them by comma. Quantity, comma, space, description, comma, space, unit price, comma, space, and then total. Book 1, comma, space, 4, space, storybook, comma, space, $100, comma, space, $100. Return key, book 2, comma, space, 2, comma, space, Bible, $250, comma, space, $500. Let me just bring it a bit down. So now I want, let's say I have the items written down like that, and I quickly want to copy them into a table. The easiest way to do that is to highlight these items. I select them all like that. I go back to my insert table, go to my drop down arrow, and I come here where it says convert text to table. So I click on the, you can see it gives me number of columns, number of rows, it's indicated there, and then it says separate text at commas. So I've used my comma to separate these texts, and it's going to put them in tables like that. So if I click OK, you can see that my items are converted into a table. I have come to the end of introducing you to tables, how you create tables, and how you insert items and texts into these tables. Now we are going to save our document like I've showed you before. We go to Save button. Let's go back. Let's use a different way of saving. We say File. You click on the File tab. You say Save. Brings you back to your computer. You browse. I'm going to still put it back into my documents, and I'm going to name it Tables. And I hit the Save button. Our Word document is renamed to Tables. This is the end of our tables module. Thank you and see you in the next module.